minutes to hear from myself and Nakia regarding industry relations and branding and things such as that. But I don't know if you've noticed, but the young lady is not
Not
Nakia.
Nikki.
No, it's not Nakia. It happens to be the fabulous Sylvia Seabolt, who has been such a true trooper with regard to all this technology that's going on. She really is the force behind getting us in front of cameras. She's the one that's been helping us understand all these different systems that are available to us, like Be Live is what we're currently using right now. And of course, the Zoom and things like that. So we really do appreciate all that Sylvia has done for us. Now, at this very point in time, for the last 45 minutes, Sylvia and I have been working diligently to try and figure out how to get this information in front of you today. And so the very gracious Sylvia said, well, why don't you and I have a conversation? Because at any point in time, Nakia could pop in and we could have Nakia as someone to interview. But in the meantime, Sylvia, tell us what we've been doing for the last, share with the world what we've been doing.
Well, we have been as a national leadership team. So let's just take this as a leadership conversation until Nakia is able to jump on or whatever. But we have been working round the clock. I mean, literally, I think my text messages blow up all the time with y'all, and I love it because you're my sisters. But we've been coming up with all these virtual ideas of some virtual training for everyone. And it's okay if you get on screen with the baseball cap and no makeup on because you're supposed to go for a run in a little bit. No one's judging, right? It's judgment-free zone.
Judgment free.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have so many great sessions that we've been doing, and we've been doing the Women's Council Wednesdays. We actually kind of started it prior to the pandemic starting. And I think it's something we're going to keep doing. So I would encourage you, anyone that's watching this video, to give us some suggestions of topics of what you want to hear about, or just have a conversation with us. Or if you want to be interviewed by one of us, like that would be amazing. We're all for volunteers, right, Brenda?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I just they just did that podcast I did with Aisha when we were in California, you and I, and the everyone's loving it. And Aisha is a perfect person to who I would love to get on screen so that everybody can meet Aisha and understand all that she has to share. So we are looking for those that would be interested in being interviewed in a fashion similar to this, so that we have the ability to share your talents with the rest of our membership.
Absolutely. And we did that recent call out for anyone that had a topic that they would like to speak on. And we have all kinds of, like, I was just on the website last night going through all of them and seeing what we have coming up. And there's some great sessions coming up.
So talented. So many talented people.
Absolutely. You won't believe this, Brenda. What I had to do is, I'm a tech person, so I'm all about my phone.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I literally printed out, where's the camera? Printed out a March, like a weekly, like there's like, I don't know, 8 weeks or something of all, this is just like Zoom meetings and webinars and stuff like that, because I couldn't keep track of them and all the logins. So at least if I, saw them, then I would remember like, oh, okay, it's, my calendar says WCW, which is actually Women's Crush Wednesday. We changed it to Women's Council Wednesday. So I love that. We have a couple people that are joining in, Brenda.
Good.
Tammy says hi from Michigan, and Carrie, she says that she would love to share some information. So Carrie, let's definitely get you with the national staff on some different things that you could talk about. I met Carrie on one of our virtual things that I was doing on Monday night, and it's the book club that I'm leading, and Carrie has some great and amazing ideas. So I definitely think we need to get you plugged in. And
yeah, reach out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Reach out so that we have that ability to share your great ideas with everyone else. Hey, Sylvia, tell us now, where did you go to get all that great information about what's happening?
If you go to the national website, wcr.org, and then you choose the tab that says national events. There's a virtual events tab, and it has everything that's going on. And then all of the things that are being recorded are getting uploaded there. So if you miss something, then you can absolutely, go back and rewatch it later. Or sometimes there's such great nuggets that you don't capture them all the first time, and you might need to listen to them again. So that's another great tool that we have there for our members. And that's really what we want to be there right now, is for our members, because this is uncertainty for everyone. I know you're on lockdown right now, right?
I certainly am. Yeah, Governor had us locked down as of Monday midnight.
Yeah, we basically same thing, but it's not in Texas. It's not by the governor. It's by the county, and it's really interesting. Like where I work, and I've been having a lot of these conversations because I kind of touch 5 different counties, and each county has a different rule. Like one county says, just stay 6 feet away from people, and the other county says, like, no, real estate is not, like, realtors are not essential, but they specifically named like title companies and appraisers as essential. So it's
all by interpretation. Same with us. Real estate is not essential. We do have our title company up and running, things such as that. It's really quite an interesting process to have to go through to keep the machine rolling forward, because people are still, I mean, we had 90 showings on Monday, 90. So
Wow.
we were still working pretty darn hard, and then again brought to a screaming halt. And through, I think it's the 13th, which is a Saturday of April. So, but we're going to figure this out, and similar to the Women's Council, how we are very strong, and we've been trained for this. We've been trained to adapt, to adjust, to pivot as necessary. And I have to say, I'm quite proud of the Women's Council members and all that they're doing. And the leadership has been outstanding. I've been making some phone calls to some of the state leadership, and they are all working diligently to make sure that the member feels that they are still someone that's engaged and part of the bigger process.
Absolutely. I too am making my phone calls, and it's really nice to just have those conversations. I think in a way that this is a blessing for us to be stuck at home and having to think about things differently. I mean, I was telling some people last night, like, I think I'm going to write a keynote after this, is like leading through a pandemic, because honestly, it makes you think differently and all of that. But just to have conversations with our members, and some of them are really struggling, and some of them are so positive, and they're like Carrie, like raising my hand, like, pick me, I have something to share. And I love it that our members are being there for each other. Like I'm sure you're getting invited to a million virtual happy hours. I can't obviously make all of them, but it's just our members connecting with each other and touching each other. And I think that's what's so special about Women's Council, is that in the midst of adversity, our members are there for each other.
It's true. It's true. It's funny, one of the words that I said so many times throughout the course of my preparation for my presidential year is this contagious culture, that we have a contagious culture. And now that's such a negative situation.
I know.
What? I mean, how could that be my word, right? Contagious of all things. But still, we can apply those types of feelings to each other just with kindness, with the sharing of information. I mean, we still know how to behave in such a fashion that we lift each other up.
Absolutely. I love it. This morning, so we're in the midst of a new Leadership Institute class. They've had their first session, and this morning, no, our National Leadership Institute.
For us, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been on this, but I'm just telling everybody out there that they're missing each other because of this, and they have planned a Leadership Institute happy hour to meet up, and I just love that. And so why not use this opportunity, is that happened this morning on Facebook, to just say, like, we have another Leadership Institute class that's going to be coming up again. Like, applications are going to be opening for that. So if you're looking for a way to plug in more to Women's Council, definitely apply for that. It's just the perfect opportunity. And we have a class of about 15 people every year. And so we'll be picking our 3rd class soon. And I know that we have some amazing people that it may not even be on their radar, but now that they're at home, they can start thinking about oh, I would like to do that or get more involved. And
Yeah. And carry on that leadership journey, whatever that may look like. And it's interesting too. This year we actually have 17 people in our
yes.
Leadership Institute class, and even with those additional 2 people, there were still applications that we couldn't take on. So
Mhm.
those who had applied before, apply. Please, please, please apply again. And those who have, some inclination as to possibly increasing your journey with the Women's Council, and quite honestly, your leadership journey in any fashion, this will be useful. Take the time to fill out that application and get it to us, because it's shocking that we are starting to think about the third Leadership Institute. It's crazy.
Well, that's what we do. I mean, we're training leaders and growing leaders, and leaders are made here. I mean, it's our hashtag, and it's funny. I think the on track with that conversation. So last year with our first Leadership Institute class, we each had a group that we kind of mentored and we worked with them and everything. And after they graduated, I went with my group to have a little session. And one of them, I'll just call her out, Chelsea. Like I had no idea. Um, I specifically asked each one of them, like, what is their leadership path? Like, where do they want to go? Because obviously, everyone that comes through Leadership Institute can't aspire to be Brenda Lee and be our national president. I mean, it would be great if they all did, but that's not everyone's path. I mean, I think we have to be really
Indeed.
honest about that. But even with working with Chelsea for so long, I had no idea the amount of political involvement she did. And she wants to like run for like city council or maybe even mayor. And so we were able to train her and give her leadership skills that she's going to take out into the community, which is exactly what our mission statement is. And so it was so nice to not even know that was on her radar and that that's where she was going, but know that we were able to help get her there.
Yeah.
I love Women's Council. I
I
love that.
do love. I'm with you. I just love it. I can't even be. That words cannot express how much. So it's interesting too how some people think, well, heck, I don't want to be a mayor. I'm not looking to be a councilwoman. I'm not looking to be any of these things. But you know what? The truth of it is, we're leaders everywhere we go. We're leaders in our homes. We are leaders everywhere we go, whether it be in our offices, whether it be leader of your team, whether it be the leader of the PTA, or again, just your family. We're leaders, and we are helping move things forward and making the world a much better place in our efforts to do a good job. So we love it. We love the Women's Council, no question. And I do miss everybody, but I think that this kind of atmosphere where we are actually seeing each other like this, because Sylvia, seriously, would I be able to see you as much as I've been seeing you with all this craziness?
Oh, no, no. I mean, seriously, I feel more connected to you and the rest of the leadership team right now than ever because it's, constant conversation about everything.
what's
I mean,
what's going on and all the craziness that's happening, and it's so true. So I guess there's a silver lining in everything, huh?
well, I think you have to look at it that way. Like in every situation you come into, you have to see where the blessing is. And I think the blessing in all of this is it's almost giving us all like a pause, like a reset. Like let's reset, let's get out of the hustle and bustle of life, reset ourselves a little bit and connect to people. Because I think in times of like this where there's chaos and uncertainty, it really shows you what matters and what doesn't, who matters and who doesn't. The things that you've been fretting over for months or whatever doesn't really even matter.
No,
You get into a
doesn't even
situation like this.
doesn't even come into the calculation anymore, does it?
Yeah, like you just don't even think about it. It's kind of like I think we put focus on things so much, and then when push comes to shove, what really matters is do I have toilet paper or not? You know, you're so worried about like I don't know, like whatever it is. You're so worried about something, the next closing or whatever, and then when push comes to shove, you're like, do we have toilet paper? Does it really matter?
It's funny for myself. My husband and I were both very, very busy, and I had prior to the pandemic, I was in similar to yourself. I was in Florida. Well, even before that, California, Florida again, Miami, then down to Key West for a little bit of a time with my husband, then off to Chicago. And so honestly not home for more than 2 minutes at a time. And now I've had the pleasure of being at home with my husband for a couple of weeks now because he's also working from home, and it makes it very nice. I still like that guy. Makes it
That
really nice.
that is good.
And then you had to go pick up. Who did you pick up from college?
Oh,
Ch-
I had to go get Chase from college.
yeah,
So it was, I don't know. He's they're always our babies, but he's
yeah.
20 and thinks that he has life together like we all did at 20. And but he's a media major, and so he was in the midst of all of the pandemic. Like, he was
Mm,
out of hospitals, he was at press conferences, like he
right.
knew things that were going to be said before they were said. And just as a human, a mother that sees this side of media is telling us what we want to know. They're not, because I hear all the time people are like, well, there's a rush on toilet paper because the media created it. Well, the
Mhm.
media is just reporting that there's no toilet paper. They didn't create this,
Craziness.
crazy
Right.
from it. And so, he's 20 and he's living in the midst of all of this and the pressure of it and everything. And so I did. I flew him home on Saturday because he just needed to come home and reset. Just like I kind of think we're all resetting right now, being in our home. He needed to come home
Right.
and reset. And then Sunday, we find out that we're going to be locked down in the county where we live. And I was like, okay, Chase, we have basically 24 hours to figure out what we're doing because I'm not going to be able to get you back to Lubbock after this. And we decided that because it looked like most of the state was going to be shutting down, it's probably a good idea for him to just come home and work from home for a while. So we made like a crazy trip and about 13 hours on the road out of 20 hours, and got his dog. So now I have my grand puppy here too. It's like a family of four again and two dogs. So it's, talk about readjusting. It's a readjustment, but it's good to have everyone in your house again.
Yeah, yeah, you feel secure again. Yeah, it's good to have them under your roof. It's
How are
funny
you
because
feeling with that? Because you normally have like these huge Sunday
yeah,
dinners. Like,
yeah, we do, and that is that lot of virtual stuff going on there every night before the grandbabies go to bed. I'm
oh,
reading
I
them
bet they're
stories.
missing you.
Yeah, we read stories, and we're telling jokes, and we're doing the best that we can. And you do feel a little concerned about the tiny people because they don't have an understanding of what's happening,
Mhm.
and they want germs to go away and things such as that. But I think we're all going to come out of this just fine, and more bonded than ever, and more appreciative of each other than ever, and with a much better understanding about how technology works and how we can get some virtual training out here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. I hate for your little ones that they're missing all this. But yesterday, my big thing is I make myself go walk every day,
Good for
walk or
you.
run every single day because number one, I need the vitamin D. I need the fresh air. I need to get out of my house. As much as
Sure,
I love
sure.
all the bodies in my house, I need to get out of
Yeah.
the house. Because after a while, it just feels stuffy, because you're just trapped.
In.
It's like being at a conference and you're stuck in the hotel a whole week, and you walk outside and you're like, wow, what is that
all
stuff
this
out there? That's so
all that stagnant air.
yes, yes. So yesterday I was walking and some little kids, your grandkids remind me of this, had chalked. We have front entry driveways here, and so they had like chalked all over their driveway and said like choose joy and make someone smile today and be kind and all of that. And I love that. So I hope your grandbabies are at least getting outside to chalk up sidewalks and stuff.
Chalking up side. Well, I have a large family, as you mentioned, and so what my family has been doing is we have a text stream of all of us. It's called the Howard Girls, and there is something happening every day. So today is joke day. So what we've got is a stream of everybody at any given moment in time. A joke could come across that's been videotaped by mama or daddy, sharing some little levity there. It's also upside down reading day. So whatever that looks like was it's a very fun interpretation. Yesterday, I think was mismatched socks. So we're trying to keep everybody engaged and in different fashions. We've had schools through here have been, the teachers have been doing parades.
I love that. I saw that on
Yeah,
Facebook. I
yeah,
love
we did
that.
that through here. The kids, so the teachers are gathering at the schools and getting in the cars, and well, I don't know how long they're going to let them do it, but they just drive down the neighborhoods and they end up having a little parade, and everybody's outside with their signs, waving and things such as that. And another very clever thing that we've done is we've had. There's weeks like this week is a dinosaur week, so outside of the houses, we have little dinosaurs. So if anybody was driving by, you would be actually going on a scavenger hunt looking for dinosaurs. And next week it's flower week, so you put flowers out. We see how many flowers you can find as you attempt to be creative and keep your brain working and still get that vitamin D that you need, right?
Mhm. Yeah, my subdivision's doing like a teddy bear scavenger. Well, they're calling it a bear hunt, and so people are like putting bears in windows and all of that. And
Yeah,
it just,
yeah,
I think
very
it
clever.
restores our faith in humanity,
It
like going
does.
through times like this. Like it
Yeah.
just really, there are good people out there.
Yeah, I think the world will be hard to imagine, but I think it'll be a little better place, a little kinder place when we come out of this. I think that's going to be the place. So,
Absolutely.
hey Sylvia, I have tormented you enough, my friend. Thank you so very much. I'm sending you a virtual hug. I can't even begin to say how much
I'm
I
gonna fist
appreciate.
bump. We could
A fist
we
bump.
could
That's
fist
right.
bump.
That's right, girl. Yeah. So poor Sylvia. So we're trying to figure out this meeting today, and we was with getting Nakia in, but she says, was just going to go out for a run, but I can throw on a ball cap and I can put my hair behind my ears, and I'd be happy to be your interviewee, Brenda Lee. And I said, you are a trooper, Miss Sylvia Seabolt, a true trooper.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I guess maybe I should have not planned on a run, or should have I should have gotten dressed.
Hey,
But
so
Brenda,
how
this is what you get. So
how could you ever have known? You know what I mean? That in like I say, we started getting this together about 45 minutes in advance. You would certainly consider that to be plenty of time. And we've even what we're doing right now is not what would have normally have happened. So I'm going to say thank you once again, Sylvia. And I think what we'll do is we'll arrange to have Nikia, if she's available. We'll see if we can get her to go for next week Wednesday. What do you think, Sylvia?
um
We'll have to take a look
sure,
at it. Yeah,
sure.
well,
I know that next Wednesday at noon we have a leadership identification development webinar. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll look at the calendar and we'll come up with a new
yeah,
game
we'll
plan.
figure it out. And I think
We're
that
going to get Nakia out there because Nakia, honest to goodness, talk about those that industry relationship piece. I mean, Nakia knows how to do this, and I think it's super important that we give her that time to share all the many things that she's done. So we're super proud of our Nakia as well. All
absolutely,
right, kiddo.
absolutely. And Brenda, thank you so much for being our president right now. Everyone has their certain time that they're meant to lead, and who would have known that 2020 was going to be a pandemic, and that's when you were meant to lead. But as one of your followers, I'm proud to have you as our president right now, and I know I speak for the rest of the council because you are a great president,
Oh,
right at the right time.
thank you so much, my friend. All right, we'll see everybody later.
All right.